I know.
They wrote me off and I ain't like that, so I'ma fight that. The bad man back. Right when you thought that it was safe to relax, you gotta stretch that. The bad man back. Heels with me for real, they right here where I'm at. They know I like that. The bad man back. Right when you thought.
It's cool though.
Need footage of mine.
Miss Dior,
Yes.
do me a favor and start from the beginning.
All right. I am a Virgin Islander, St. Thomas to be exact, The Rock. St. Thomas Virgin Islands, part of the U.S. Of course, a lot of people don't know that, but hey, a little education for you today. I have not really dreamed of coming to, I would say, the States, as what we call it. But my mom basically wanted a change for all of us at the time. My oldest sister, she came up to Georgia, Oakwood, I think it was at the time, or Flowery Branch, something like that. And my mom came up because my sister was pregnant. She was like, oh my God, I got to go up. And she went up there and she was blown away. I don't know what really and right now, but she fell in love with Georgia. So she decided to bring all of us, which it's 4 of us. I have 2 younger brothers and a sister, but I have also an older brother and an older sister. So she decided that, you know, she wanted to give us a change, a better chance of succeeding in whatever we wanted to do and get there. So she came up, we came up right after, and the rest is history, really. We have grown, we've moved all over Georgia to kind of find the nest. And we kind of did. She kind of settled in Jefferson until, you know, her passing last year. So she, you know, she helped us out a lot growing up, I guess you could say.
So I guess it's my turn to start asking.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have to get it in.
Right. So, how old were you when you got here?
Oh, I was 14 going on 15.
Oh, so you pretty
just 15.
You pretty much raised in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, pretty much. My adult life was here in Georgia.
So that was it. You didn't go to New York, California. No, y'all came straight to.
Yeah.
What part of Georgia did y'all?
Hall County.
So the country.
The country. Where we are from in the islands is, I would say, very country. You know, we didn't have the big city life, but it was regular. You know, I didn't see anything different until we came to the States and seeing how different these worlds were.
If you had a choice and you can go back, your adult self can jump in the time machine and go back and talk to your mom before she left St. Thomas, would you encourage her to go or would you tell her to stay and stay?
That's a hard one because I got bribed to stay here. So, I would say I think she should have waited a few years, maybe 2, you know, not much, but I know she wanted to be here for my nephews being born, and because she's never missed that kind of stuff. That was her biggest thing when, you know, her kids have kids. But the wait would have been a little bit better. I think she was retiring in those 2 years, she would have been able to retire. But because she didn't retire and came up here, she started all over. So she started from she was a teacher. And my mom, having her master's, leaving the islands, ended up being a parapro. From that, she was, you know, it wasn't what do you call it? A lead teacher. She wasn't a lead teacher. She was like the secondary teacher with a master's and can teach the person that was actually the head teacher more than she knew. Wow. So it was a real humbling experience for all of us. But, you know, she showed us that, hey, determination. She ended up being lead teacher by the time, you know, she ended up retiring out of the school system, Clark County, Athens, Clark County. So she showed perseverance all the way through, you know, bachelor's degree. Nothing means nothing. When you put your head to it and you keep going, you'll get it eventually.
Did you follow her footsteps? Are you a teacher?
No, I kind of did, but not really. I did try the teaching thing. I have a problem with my mouth, I guess. I kind of say things that's in my brain and it comes out there, and sometimes it's not what moms or parents really want to hear their kids hear. And little kids, they need a little bit more sternness for me. So, and that's what I did with my kids. But yay, teach their own. So I couldn't do the teaching thing. It was just too much. Although I like it, I'm a model coach. So that's the most teaching part I can do right now and still following her footsteps.
There was a video going around last week.
Really?
The teacher beat up the little girl.
Oh, yeah, I did see. Oh, my God. I did see that.
Whose side you on?
Oh, I'm on both sides.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard because seeing what the child did, this is a grown person. You don't even attempt to do that. You don't put your hands on them. That's a no-no, first of all. That's personal space. Second of all, and defending myself, I have to defend myself against whoever is threatening me on the teacher's side. So, and putting my mom in situations that she's had, you know, that was really the worst thing to see because I'm on both sides. And how can you pick between both? For real, because it's real life and both party was wrong. The teacher should have been more strong enough to resist, to just kind of grab her and
or walk away. Walk out.
Or walk away. But she was backed into a corner.
Yeah.
So.
What got me about the video is when the little girl said to the grown up, "Give me my shit." That's when I went, woo! like if the little girl would have never cursed, even though the little girl swung at her.
Yeah.
I'm about to tear my stuff up. Even though the little girl swung at her, when the little girl said, "No, you gonna give me my shit," that's when I kind of I went off of her side. Because at first I was on her side. Even before I saw the video, I was like, why is this grown woman beating up this little girl? Yeah. But then when I heard the little girl say, "You gonna give me my shit?" Right then I went, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Like even a smaller kid swing at me, I'm 47. So if a 15, 16-year-old swing at me, I'm probably going to move, grab them, try to restrain them.
Right.
But I'm not going to physically try to hurt them.
Right.
But if they come at me with that type of language, it's out of my brain.
I think it clicked for her too. I feel like, and she did say, you know, back away from me. You know, she was giving her the warning signs that you're probably going to get your ass kicked now. So, you know, it's more or less, she did warn her. Mm-hmm. She didn't listen and she thought she could take it. So she went for it.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing the modeling thing?
I first started when my kids were really young. I had 3 kids at that time, and I started for about a year. I did it with some names I cannot remember at this time, but they were well in the industry. And I stopped because I had to raise my kids, and I was kind of doing it by myself. My mom did help, my sister did help, but it was still, they needed me. Yeah. You know, babysitters are expensive. Yes. Especially when it's 3 of them and it's just, you know, you want to run away for a little while and come back. You can't do that. So I did quit for a while. And I came back about 2016. About 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. And I've been doing it ever since. And I'm loving it. It's just by chance. Quick little story. My youngest daughter is really tall. And at this age, she's 16 now. She's almost taller than I am. So many people kept coming to me, you know, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She should model. And I'm like, man, I wish I could model. You know, I mean, I wanted to. That was, you know, something I was so like deeply wanting in my life. But you know, I pushed it away for, you know, raising my kids. And she got this opportunity. And at the casting call, they said, okay, one part of the show, they're going to have the parents, the moms or the dads walk with their child. Yeah, it's still in me. So when I got up immediately, they was like, oh my God, and you have to be in the show. So, you know, it clicked right back in, the walk, everything, timing. And it was on from there. I've done several video shoots, fashion shows, photo shoots. Gosh, I lost count. So I can't tell you the number, but it's probably over 100 by now. So, yeah.
Do you have to have a certain amount of narcissism to be a model?
Not really, I don't think. I don't think so. It's kind of, you have to be strong in what you want to do. You kind of have to ignore a lot of outside things that will probably deter you. Mine, when I started back, I was not this size. I was heavier. I would say more plump. And I was nervous because I was a bigger girl. Yes, there was plus size models, but that wasn't a thing. You know, it's always a skinny little standard size that always gets the most looks, gets most books, things like that. So it did deter me a little bit, but not to the point of I can't let it go. I know I have something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I know I have something. So keep pushing through it. And,
For a few years now,
mm-hmm.
Plus size was the thing.
Yeah.
From maybe, let's say, 2016 to maybe 2021.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Right.
Now it's gone again. Nobody's really pushing the plus size thing right now. Is that gonna hinder a lot of women that want to be models on the bigger side?
No, not really. I don't think so. If you really want to do it, you're going to make the name. You know, you have a platform. Everybody has their platform at this point. So you don't have to wait for somebody to see you. You just have to put it out there and somebody will see you, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. But if that's what you really want to do, you're going to do things to put yourself in positions that's going to help you be noticed. You're going to work on yourself. It's not that you got to be small. You just have to have the confidence. And the confidence actually drives you through.
Gotcha.
Especially a runway model. I mean, that's big.
Around that time when it was all you saw was the plus size models, do you think that was a fad? Or do you think a lot of these women actually wanted to be models? Or you think you know how people say, oh, I make t-shirts. And then everybody say, oh, I make t-shirts too.
Yeah, no. A lot of plus size women really want to be models. Because it's not fair. We don't look like that. We don't always look like that little skinny person that's, what they portray. And they're not even that size. They don't really show you the real sides of certain things. But when a real woman, because we need to wear these clothes, how is she going to know that she can wear that if you don't have somebody representing for her, have curves? And that was kind of a big defeat at first for me as well, because I have hips for days. I can't get rid of them. No matter what I do, no matter what size I am, they're still there. So I'm still on the spectrum of, at this point, where I'm plus size, but I still wear standard size clothes. But, a lot of this gets me not picked for a lot of stuff. So if you really want to do, you can still go. Still show them that you wear your clothes. Go down, film yourself, put it on the internet saying, I look good in this, and you can too.
You know what you just said? And I like when people say stuff that makes me think. Because, a lot of people say a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense. But you just said something. You just said something that hit me, and I never thought about it that way when it came to modeling. Mm-hmm. And I've been around a lot of people that model or say they models. Mm-hmm. When you said people need to see how they would look in those clothes, nobody's ever said that before. Only thing I hear is, no matter if I am big, I should be able to model. But that's not the point.
That's not
the point of modeling is to show what people would look like in clothes.
Exactly.
That's where it started from. To show people, hey, these are these clothes, this is how you'll look. So what you just said was real deep. You need to write that down somewhere. Because I don't think a lot of people understand that. I don't think a lot of people get that. And I think that's why you get a lot of pushback. People who don't even know modeling give a lot of pushback when they see bigger people modeling.
Right.
Because they go, why you too big to be doing that?
No.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of big people.
Exactly. And they're all over, and they're different colors. So it's not one type of person that, you need to fit for just them. It's for everybody. Yeah. And you want to feel comfortable in what you wear. You want to say, okay, well, she got a fat ass. So if she can wear it and pull it off, I can too.
Yeah.
And it's not copy. It's just, I have the potential to, and I'm going to try it, and bam. It's a lot of, they only see the small stuff. I can't wear a bustier that's got me like that. Give me one with some room, throw a little t-shirt underneath. Cute, accessorize. You can always get away with stuff. You don't have to wear these standard size small stuff to look good.
You have kids.
I do.
What are your kids?
I got 4 of them.
And
hobbies.
And interests.
Well, I mean, I have older kids. My oldest daughter is 27. You know, she works all the time. So I wouldn't say she really has hobbies. She has a son, which is my grandson. So I'm a grandma as well. But they, you know, they go to movies. We go to movies together. We, you know, play house games together. My youngest daughter, which is 16, which is taller than I am at this point, she's, you know, the TikTok phase, but she's a creative. She can paint her butt off. She's getting like to the point where she's mastering hairstyles. She's mastering makeup. Her GPA is like a 4.2 at this point. So I don't have anything wrong. My boys are boys. They work. You know, they work and go home. They don't really do any extra stuff. And I guess that's because I never really did extra stuff to like put them in games and stuff, because I just want you to live your life to what you feel like you want to do. I don't want to force you to do anything you don't, because you're not going to do full potential if you do anything like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, are all y'all in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta?
We're in Georgia, not Metro, but my oldest and my youngest, they do stay with me. But the oldest son and youngest son, they kind of live out on their own and doing their own thing.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Was a father present to help you raise these outstanding kids?
Not really, no. It was more of a family effort, I would say. My mom, my sister, my brothers and sisters kind of here and there, but you know, it's more my mom kind of pitched in, kind of helped me with the mom stuff. You know, the clash happened though, of course.
If you tell my
I won't. But yeah, it was a great experience with my kids.
So no male.
No, it's been just more us.
Do you think your boys were deprived of anything because no men were there, or do you think they still ended up being the men they're supposed to be?
I would say with my older son, he needed a little bit more because he kind of got in some trouble. He was one of the smartest kids I knew when growing up. You know, he stayed on, you know, the honor roll up until he was in 10th or 11th grade, but he got in trouble. He started following the wrong crowd, thinking, you know, this so-called, I won't even say what it is, the so-called family they had outside was looking out for him. And when trouble started hitting, nobody was there for him. He ended up in jail. He's had fights. So it was, you know, along the lines, down that time, he probably would have. My youngest son kind of had his dad more in his life because we decided that, you know, at a certain age, I was fighting with my first son to have somebody, his dad in his life like that, but it didn't work. So we kind of decided he went and stayed with his dad. So he kind of grew up with his dad, my youngest son. But my youngest daughter, it's 2 dads. The first 3 is by one, and then the last one had her own, and he kind of like off and on. But they really wasn't there comparing to every day or even every other weekend or every weekend. They were never really there. So, but they're great.
Were you the type of mother that pushed for that, or were you like, if you here, you here. If you're not, my kids are gonna be taken care of?
Both. I fought. I didn't have my dad. I lost my dad right before I was born, the same year. He, in stories of what people told me about my dad, he was an amazing person. So I would have loved to have that. So I gave my, you know, kids' dad the opportunity to be that for them.
That's all you can do.
But, you know, after a while, it could be, you know, strenuous.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily. Because it came on the side of, you know, I am not the, you know how the baby daddy drama kind of thing happens. Now, it was the opposite for me. I always ended up with the drama. I tried to be like, hey, you could do you. We don't have to be together. I'm good. Just do you. But yeah, it was either all or nothing for them. So
Yeah. So are you part of any modeling stable here in the city?
I was, but
Which one?
you know, growth is
You can answer
a
the question.
thing. Growth is a thing. You outgrow people when the direction that you're wanting your life or you see your life to go in, you have to take that. So at the moment, no, not really.
Why you avoid the question?
I didn't know I answered your question.
No, you didn't.
I don't.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
It's all in love, but it's just growth for me. This was a dream come true for me. A lot opportunities that I've been receiving and coming, and it's just been blowing my mind. So I never expected one particular avenue to be my be all end all. So in growth for me, it was always, oh, maybe I can try this. Am I going to be good at it? Let's go. And if the opportunities kept coming, I'm going to keep going with it, whatever direction that was. But to be stifled by one particular group, no, I wasn't.
Okay, so so we know some similar people.
Yeah.
Because of Fats.
Yes,
He's
Fats my
little
man.
Like that's my big little bro, I like to call him.
Yes.
Even though he got me by a few years. So I've heard the stories. You know, he comes to me a lot and he tells me the stories. Do you feel like a lot of these so-called stables just aren't really, how can I say this, be nice? Do you feel like some of these so-called modeling stables are just using people's feelings of inadequacy to prey on these young women in the guise of helping you further your modeling career?
I cannot really say it's all that. I mean, it's a bubble and it's wrapped up with a lot of things. I can't, it's kind of hard. Using is a good word because I think Atlanta does that to a lot of our models. They don't really take what we do serious enough to say, hey, I'm going to pay you for what you do. They don't look at us like that. And then they want to kind of put us in, you need us. But you flip that switch a little bit, you need us. You know, you need the model. You have nothing without the model, but they don't look at it that way. You got to push yourself out there. So you try to get with someone or get with a group that is going to push that, help you push that more than you just being by yourself and feeling like you're alone in this. There's some of them that are there. I've been a part of, they are there. They are helping you, but it's still, you're growing and then you want more. Some people don't want more. Some people think, hey, I like what I'm doing. That's it. But when you have that itch and you have that want, if you're really into it, you ask for more. And sometimes they do take advantage of you wanting that, reach your goal and, well, you're not going to get paid this time. And maybe next time, long time ago, before knowing anything, when I first started into it, I did get really into it. I'm not going to say their names because nobody's coming looking for me. It's basically where she said, we're going to do about 5 out-of-town shows. 5 out of town. That's money automatically, not here. 5 out-of-town shows and you get paid. I couldn't do that. I did 2 already. And it was like still nothing. And it was a lot of work. And I had to leave my kids behind at that time. So it didn't benefit me in that manner. So, and I felt discouraged. So that's why I kind of stopped for a while and just say, hey, I'm going to just take care of my kids. I have to. So, but.
Do you feel like it's unfair when these model managers take money from you and don't give you the opportunities they say they're going to give you? Because I think I've run into a lot of models, well, a lot of professed models that say I model. And then you talk to them and they say, well, I'm part of this agency. I'm part of this agency. And before 2016, I didn't know it was such thing as all these modeling agencies.
Right.
And around that time, I started Combined Magazine, and I started looking into all this stuff, all these modeling agencies.
Right.
And I started realizing that people were just buying LLCs, calling themselves modeling agencies, and they weren't doing anything for the women.
Right.
And they were taking a lot of women with a lot of self-esteem issues and taking their money every month. Like, I need this $150. And they were living off that money and not giving and latching themselves on to people like Fats who were throwing these shows. So I said all that to say this. Do you think that's fair or right? And why don't people get called out for that type of stuff?
In this industry, you can get blackballed real quick just by people saying things that might not be true. And if they have a little bit of pull, if they're out there in front of people that are up higher than themselves and whispering in their ear, you're done for. You don't have that pull anymore. Yes, there's some of them that do that. The opportunity's there. Now, with me personally, I've dealt with people that have done stuff. When I have provided my funds to them, they have done stuff, but maybe what I was expecting was not what they were able to do. So you can't fully blame them if they knew or don't know, who's to say, but it's still where the opportunity was there. There were opportunity given. It's up to kind of the model if they take it or not. Sometimes you do have to do more work than they so-called say they're going to do for you.
You need to run for office with all this political BS, because you know dang on well that when somebody who say they model, and you can look at them and say, this person ain't modeled on no high level ever.
Oh, you could tell that, yeah.
And how are you taking my money? I got to work Monday through Friday. And look at you. See? That's what I'm talking about. That doesn't, the crux of it is, that don't piss you off?
Absolutely. I'm not going to front. There was times people got money and didn't give anything. I had a photographer that did that to me. So, I mean, it's all around. Some people are just, you have to kind of be careful. It's the industry to be careful. You trust some people sometimes. You can't trust all of them. When they're guiding you and you feel like you're going in a direction, of course you're going to hold on, latch onto them and keep going with them. But then you have to also realize, is it good? Is what you want? Is that the direction that you're trying to do? Are you doing more work than they're doing? You have to weigh out all the pros and cons. If you're going to give your money to somebody and they're not doing what you want them to do, fire them, right? That's a job.
But how can you fire them if you're paying them?
Stop paying them. Don't use them. That's easy peasy. You don't have to I know people say, okay, this is my only outlet, but it's not. This is Georgia. So you have to do your research. You are letting yourself be baited that way. You have to kind of, and ask questions. Ask people that you've seen in the industry. Is this person worth this amount of money? Have you worked with them? You have to ask those questions. Yes, sometimes it's hard. People don't answer the questions they need to, but it's also, you have to do your research for yourself and know where you're going, where you want your career to go.
Where's your career headed?
Ooh, man. Honestly, it's hard to answer that question because I didn't know my career was going here. I didn't know my career was going to be anywhere close to where it's at, because I started this off as, can I do this? And my career has went with help and no help from people. It's been on an upward swing. I have been graced in about 10 magazines at this point. And that's a dream come true by itself. I didn't know that was going to happen. So I made steps and now I'm acting. So that's even a step I didn't know I was going to do even. So that is upward for me, I feel.
So you got your SAG card and everything?
Not yet. I'm working on it because I'm new into it. I'm really new into it. I'm getting my feet wet. I've been in a produced movie. Actually had a premiere last year. It was good. It was called Until My Last Breath with Blunt Productions, No Nickel and Dime Productions. They all put that together. I don't know, Sister JJ. She's a doctor. She's phenomenal. She made me open my eyes to this acting stuff for real. I was gonna do it just to say, can I do it? And she's like, I want you to do this scene and do it this way. And the emotions that she brought out of me, I was like, oh my God, I could actually do this. I might be kind of good. So, hey, and it went from there. So I never know this was coming because I wasn't going after this. I wasn't going after none of this, really. I was just trying to see, can I model? Can I get up on stage in front of people? I don't like people like that. I don't like people watching me, staring at me, but that's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So that alone was huge accomplishments just for me. It wasn't for anybody else. And now I have awards. I have, I don't know if you can see it, my presidential pin. Yeah, I've gotten like further than I even imagined. So I'm
That's
happy. Yeah.
What all awards have you won?
Model of the Year, I can pull them out. I have been awarded from Black Kings and Queens. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. The pin came from President Biden as well. I've won Mature Model of 2022, 23. Well, I guess it'll be 23 because it's this year. Mature Model. My magazine. Oh, this is from the Black I Am Awards that I was awarded as well. So you can see them on the back. So that's me right there. This is what made me cry when I saw it. Thanks to Von Donald, of course. Hey, shout out, boss. Okay. My magazine cover for Iconic Magazine.
Oh, yeah, look at you.
Yes. So when I saw this, I cried happy, sad tears all at once. Because, like I said earlier, my mom passed last year, and it was something I was not expecting. It gave me time to lead up to it, but it's still, my mom was supposed to live forever. I don't know if everybody think that, but I thought that.
Yeah.
She was everything. She was the only parent I had. So growing up, it was like, oh, I'm about to show her. I'm going to show her. I'm going to show her. I didn't get to see her. I know she's seeing it. But, it meant more if she was there to actually hold it and have one. But, yeah. And then, again, I made another cover, but back cover for Blue Light Magazine. So, absolutely. I have several brand ambassadorships. Derek Delights with his cakes. I have Fats with his clothing. And he also just came out with Wet Dreams. We'll talk about that later, but it's a swimwear, resort wear collection. I have modeled for, oh my gosh, so many great designers. Lisa Nicole, Yolanda Johnson. Oh my gosh, Fats. The list goes on and on. I can't even remember everybody. They'll kill me if I want to name everybody. So. I also got Model of the Year award. This is so dope. So
that is dope.
Yeah, and it's heavy too. So I was like, it's real. Oh my God, it's real. It's tangible. So things like this, these are things I never thought I would ever obtain because it wasn't something I was trying to get. But people recognize that she does this for real. So, and I'm very, very, very happy.
Name all the magazines you've been in.
Oh my God. Okay. So you told me I was in yours. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm at 11 magazines, maybe more than that at this point, but definitely Blue Light Magazine. I've done probably 2 or 3 in here at that time. And Iconic Magazine, I think I'm in how many issues at this point? I also have the link tree. So thanks to Von Donald, of course. But there's, BB W magazine. I'm in that. A few others. I don't want to mention them because we not on good terms.
Understand.
Put it that way. So, but yeah, that's me in a nutshell so far.
So, you say you lost a lot of weight.
I did.
Tell us about it.
It wasn't on purpose, really. I had to change my diet. I was having really bad tooth problems, and I had to get it taken out. So I had to stop eating certain things. And once I got it done, it was like I can't go back to eating the junk and like just any old thing. And my appetite was reduced. So I started more going on eating more vegetables kind of thing, juices, way more water than anything else. I wanted to just feel like how I felt after I dealt with all that with my mouth. I was like, yo, and this is easy. And then I just saw it melting away. I did like some apple cider vinegar and I did.
You just drank it?
Yeah, I got a shot of it.
Doesn't that mess up your teeth?
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah, but I didn't do it like so constant that it would have.
Oh, okay.
And then I did stop because it made me sick one day and I was like, oh, I can't. It was just too strong. I was doing it like I needed it like now, but I wasn't doing it on purpose to lose weight.
Yeah.
It was just, I was going for cleansing. I wanted to, kind of get myself right. And it just kind of melted away. And then here I am. And I didn't really try to eat I eat a man's plate. Okay, I can eat. So I said, maybe push that back a little bit, eat more like a lady. So I started eating more like a lady and I lost more weight. So, and kind of been the same size for some years now. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So you lose all this weight.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you modeling?
Mm-hmm.
Do anybody come to you and say you're not a plus size model anymore? You have to.
Funny you mentioned that. Yeah. Yeah.
Why are plus size models so hateful towards each other?
Why are plus size models hateful towards each other?
Yeah, because I run into a lot of young ladies that consider themselves plus size models and they say she might have big boobs, but she's not a big model. Or she may have hips, but she isn't really a plus size model. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Like it is so constrained in what you have to look like.
I've had a designer that said I wasn't big enough for what she was looking for. So it's both sides. I mean, you get hit both sides.
But you think you would be considered a plus size model because you're tall.
And you would think I would be considered a curvy model, but I'm still standard and curvy and plus size. So I take if your clothes fit, I'm wearing it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you thought about starting your own clothing line?
Yes, I have.
What happened to it?
It's still in construction because I have so much other things that I'm doing. So many other things with my acting. I'm actually going to start a series on something that I'm working on. I don't want to get into it too much, but it's really open. Acting has opened my eyes to a lot of potential other things. Modeling is my passion. I would never give that up. Although I almost did. I felt like I am so much more. I can do so much more. Let me just try. If I fail, okay, at least I tried and I know I can't do it. But if I try and I succeed, what about that?
How was dating in Atlanta?
Garbage. I honestly, I try not to date. I don't date in the industry, first of all. That is not
that's
a no-no.
But
disaster.
how many weird ass photographers have propositioned you? Because I hear that a lot.
When I first started, it was weird. It was where it was constant. They would tell me to do certain things and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm new. I'm not really," and it'd be like, okay, do this, bend like this, and not thinking. I'm like, okay, but then it's like, wait a minute, where are my pictures at?
Yeah.
So I'm probably out there in a lot more places than I don't know about. But it's a lot. I didn't even keep count because I don't keep that on my brain because I don't deal with a lot of people.
Is that demoralizing though? People that come to you and say they want to help you and then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like you're taking my craft, something that I'm really passionate about and really want to be successful at, and just using it for nothing, like just for your pleasure. And it's rough, but you just have to kind of weed those people out, work with people, ask questions. You know, there's a lot of people in this industry, a lot. And some know each other, some don't. But the people that's supposed to know each other, they're going to know each other. So when you ask that question, have you ever seen such and such? Oh, yeah, they're dope. Or please stay away. You know, so you kind of have to weed them out. Being in it long enough, you kind of figure it out.
Are there more please stay aways than there are? Yeah, you should work with them.
Yes and no, because sometimes people's feelings give you those wrong impressions of people that, you know, like, I don't deal with them. Why? Well, me and them had a fallout. Why? That's a personal thing. I'm only here for business. I'm not trying to sleep with them. I'm not trying to be in their bed or, you know, take care of the kids. It's a business transaction that we're trying to do. You want to succeed, so do I.
Yeah.
It's the praying, even the praying when you're looking for a regular job on Indeed or something like that. When these fake people try to, just send $1 and now, why am I sending money? I need a job. I need money. The whole point like that.
Do you have a 9-to-5 right now?
I do.
What do you do professionally?
Professionally, I work for a real estate closing law firm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's totally different.
You wear business suits and everything.
I do at times. Sometimes, you know, slow days, jeans and sneakers, but yeah.
Do you like it? Or is it just paying the bills?
It is paying the bills, and I've been doing it for about 6 years. So I like it because I did get away from customer service, one-on-one phone calls constantly. I got away from that. I was super happy. And now I don't really have to talk to people. It's a win for me, you know. But I also, I feel like I'm such a personable person, and sometimes that I want to talk to people. You know, I want people to hear my voice. But it's all in the love in the moment, I guess.
How did you meet Vaughn?
Oh, Vaughn. I met Vaughn in Nashville at a fashion show that I was doing with Fats and a couple other designers. I think it was Fats' tour that he was doing. And I saw him on Facebook. You know how we see everybody and, you know, everybody know everybody. So you're going to see their pictures somehow. I'm like, okay, don't really know what he did, but I know he always posting these pictures about magazines that this magazine is coming out. I'm like, oh my God, that is so dope. But I don't beg people. So it's like, I'm such an introvert. It's so bad. And I'm trying to get out of that. But it's where I didn't want to ask what he did because I'm being too nosy. But sometimes nosiness is good for you.
And this industry.
Right. So learning that he was at the fashion show, I was like, I know you. Don't. He's like, yeah, I do the magazines. Yeah, we should shoot. And we've kind of built a relationship since then. Now we rocking. He's been awesome. He showed me and taught me so much that I have not even known in this industry. I feel like a newborn baby dealing with him at this point.
With his organization, how many models does he have? It's like 9 or 10 of y'all, ain't it?
I believe so. I think it's growing. So it's hard to say exactly how many. But yeah,
have you ever
definitely.
thought about starting your own stable? Since you are a model coach.
I have. I really have, because I feel like I want to be a difference to what's out here. You know, what I've seen how people have mistreated me. I've seen how people have treated other people. I've seen the designer debacles, and I've seen a lot. All I can do is shake my head because I can't really change that. But I want to be a better view of what up and coming models see, what they learn, how they learn, you know, how to put themselves out there to feel, you know, self-confident about themselves enough to put themselves out there to do it. So,
Gotcha. I'm gonna get you out of here on this question.
Okay.
If you could change the trajectory,
Ooh.
if you can change how your modeling career started to make it different, make it easier, make it more profitable, what would you do?
Ask everybody to pay me every time they see me, for sure. I mean, that's hard in Atlanta. I honestly, I like, although it's slow moving, I like, because I've learned so many things. I can't say I'm mad of how things have went, because I wouldn't have met the people that I've met. I wouldn't have learned the things that I've learned, how to maneuver through certain situations, to know that not every fashion show is the fashion show to do, or every person that you see with the camera is the one that you're supposed to be dealing with. So not knowing all those things at first, you're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Knowing them now is just a better understanding where, that's not where I want to be. That's not what I want for me, per se. People are different. People want different things. So, but for me personally, I really would not really change it. I would like to be on, the more Tyra Banks side of it. But, I never thought of myself as Tyra Banks, and it just, because I'm me. I have my own personality, my own walk, my own, everything. I was never really into makeup. I'm a grown woman at my 30s, really starting to get into makeup. So, I'm not in my 30s anymore, though. But, it took a minute, for me to learn these things. I do all this myself. I don't need someone to do it for me. All that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't go through the things I went through. So I'm not mad at it. But I would have liked, more checks along the way, for sure. Yeah.
Outstanding. Give everybody your social media and where they can reach you.
Oh, my.
Book you.
So, well, are you ready? Because I have a whole list for you.
Let's get it.
Gotta get into it. First of all, so I have Facebook, which is Deb Bonafide Fran. That's the first one. Now, the Instagram is Deb Fran 31. I have a TikTok as well. That's Deb _Bonafide _Fran. I have a lot of. You can book me at I'll spell it out because it'll probably be better. SECUREENT booking@gmail.com. Phone number is 618-779-4799. I'm in Atlanta. I am willing to travel, of course, if that's right, of course. And I do hostings as well. So I do hosting for fashion shows, private parties, whatever, if you need me. And, model, cover model, commercials, magazine, print, those kind of things. And of course, the acting. Hey, I'm learning, I'm getting it. I'm be the next, I can't say Shakespeare.
You're going to be the next Deb Dior.
Well, I am the one and only Deb Dior.
That's what you're gonna be. We ain't gonna make you the next nobody. We're gonna have young ladies saying, I wanna be the next her.
Yes, that's what we're going for. I need that.
I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I thought it was gonna be 20 minutes. We've been talking about almost an hour.
Oh, only on the Big LAC Show.
Damn right. Let's get out of here.
Absolutely.
Talk to you later.